It's time for another Corsair update. I'm in Act 1 Epic, and I've been farming Talus. And Talus is a good farming run for this build, or any build with Rogue, because of the less damage and more damage to constructs. Let's take a look at what we've been doing here, and some gear that I picked up recently. Attribute points, still going the 1-to-1 strength dexterity. Strength is pulling away though because of the items. I did throw another point into energy. My energy pool was just a little too small, so I had to bring it up some more. And I recently got some items that brought it up a little bit too. Like I switched out the Hecate's Crescent on this Talisman of Guile. This is the same one I've been using, but I put an epic on there now. We'll go over gear after we go through skills again. So I've been filling out the shield passives. I still got a ways to go here. I have pulverized as far as I can go. I'm +2 in defense and only +1 in rogue right now. So these are a priority on defense. I want to get all the shield passives maxed out. And the other ones, I might take adrenaline at some point. No real rush on that stuff there. Over in Rogue, the only new skill I took, no, actually I took 2 new skills. I took Open Wound, and I took that because I do have an item that gives some skills. I don't have it in right now, so I took it to take advantage of that. And I took Blade Honing, and actually it's kind of disappointing. It looks like you would get some better damage out of it. It gives you some flat piercing and also converts your physical to piercing, but it's not really making a big difference right now. So I'm not really going to be putting any more points in that anytime soon. I've been putting a lot more into Gas Bomb, and that's become a big part of this build. It's been pretty effective, and if I can max it out and get some more plus poison items, then it should stay good right through to Legendary. I've been putting points little by little in the Envenom Weapon tree. I got Mandrake. Can take a couple more points, but the confusion is happening more often now because the chance rate is higher. I have some extra points here in Disarm Traps. Normally I just put 1 point here and let the plus skills get it up to 5, but I'm not +4 yet. I'm only +1 in Rogue, so I put 3 points in it, and I'll probably buy those back later when I am +4. But just for this particular farming run, this is real useful. So it makes Talus, he's not that dangerous if you have this. And I'm coming in with negative fire resist, and it can handle him pretty easy. So just for that, I wanted to have enough points in here to make it worthwhile. So I still at some point might take Lethal Strike. Really nice damage there, even though you can't use it all that often. Alright, let's look at some gear. And a lot of this stuff just came recently from Talus. I farmed him for just over a full level. So I got, well, this I didn't get from him, Torment. This weapon I actually got from Boar Snatcher. I didn't have much luck with him other than this weapon. And that's a really nice weapon. And also, I got this Scorpion Tail. And this came from a Gorgon in Athens Catacombs. And this weapon could actually carry me right through the end of Legendary. Ton of poison damage on it. Has some points to Nightshade and Blade Honing. The thing is, the reason I switch back and forth here is things that aren't susceptible to poison, like constructs and undead, when I'm fighting them, this Torment actually does a lot better. So even though I'm losing like 400 DPS, this will take them down quicker because it's mostly physical damage. Alright, so I'm still wearing the Galleon Curious. I haven't had any luck with an upgrade. I switched to a Razor Claw, and I did make some artifacts, and I've been trying some different ones out. This one's actually giving me probably the best DPS. I just got these Merc Crawlers from Talus here. I switched out my Epius Greaves. They had the 1 skills to Rogue, which I didn't really like to give up, but that's a big armor trade-off. They only had 36 armor, and I got 288. And this also gives some poison damage, so those are nice for this build. I found a bunch of wrists. I got these Rogue Bracers, and literally 2 runs later, these Warriors bracers dropped, and they're actually better. Even though I'm rogue, I'm getting better DPS out of them and better armor, so I'm going to wear those. I got the leather skin shield. That's the only legendary shield that dropped so far, and it's really not what I want for this, although it's got some decent defensive ability. I'm taking it because it does 182 damage, and that damage is factored into my shield attacks. I picked up a new ring, Memnon's Signet. I actually got a few new rings, but this is the only one I'm wearing right now because I still need the energy. I also got Disposition, some nice resistances there, and I got a Chiron's Loop. That's fairly common. I also picked up this Amulet of Hygeia just a couple runs ago, but I can't wear it because, again, I need the energy. But I got all these wrists. I got the Rogue Bracers, the Hunters, and Crystalline. Got a few legendaries out of them. I'm still wearing my same Hallowed Helm. I'll be looking for a new one. I was lucky enough to get this Crystal of Erebus with the +1 to skills, you know, in the end of Act 1. So when I get another Hallowed Helm, I can put this on there and make it a 2, because I'm not farming Stonebinder's Cuffs. So I need the plus skills from somewhere, so if I can get 2 on a helm, that's going to be helpful. Okay, so let's make a farming run and see how this is working out. Alright, so I logged back in and I reset the spawns. And here's something when you're doing this run to look for. Over here, there's almost always a couple of Gorgons that can drop the Stonebinder's Cuffs. So you want to check for that before you run out there and go get Talus. Now, if there's skeletons over here and not Gorgons, what you need to do is log out to desktop. The spawn cycle won't change if you only log to main menu. So log to desktop until you get these Gorgons, and it might take you 5 or 6 tries sometimes. But once you have the Gorgons, they'll stay there as long as you don't log out to desktop again. So I have found Stonebinder's Cuffs before doing this Talus run because of those 1 or 2 that you can get over there. So I'm going to fight these. Normally if I'm doing the run, I just run past them. So the poison, you can see it slows them. Really nice. Doesn't do much damage, but so it still has some value. Makes them less dangerous, and I can tear those up pretty good. And that's because of that more damage to constructs. I'll go through some things after that give me trouble. But you're going to wish everything was a construct, you know, because of that skill. Alright, let's go out there. We'll go get Talus. Now, I'm negative on fire. Way negative on lightning, but his fire's a lot worse than his lightning. So, I'm going to need to take a health potion during a fight, but it's not going to be, like, critical. I just want to pull these guys over here so I can get them separate. Talus has a really big aggro range. And I'd like to get my shield charge back up again. Alright, so I'll get his attention. I'll throw a gas bomb at him, but it's not going to do a heck of a lot. Alright, so piece of cake once you got, you know, that less damage, more damage to constructs. So let's see what he's got over here. And nothing good that time. He does drop a ton of green items, a lot of green shields particularly. But you're gonna get a legendary out of him probably about 1 in every 3 runs or so, or I should say, a blue or a purple. You're gonna get a lot of greens. You're gonna get something, I would say, at least 50% of the time. And I didn't get any relic shards that time, but I've been getting tons of relic shards out of him. That was just a not very good run. Okay, so one of the weaknesses are undead. So let's run up and do some skeletons. And they go down really slow. It would really be useful if you could get an item with increased damage to undead, because they take some time to kill. I did Alistair over in the Athens catacombs, you know, just a short time ago before I got here. And he took a long time to kill. I probably could have killed Talus 4 times in the time it took me to kill him once. because he's strong against poison, bleeding, piercing, even physical. If you don't have some kind of elemental damage, he can be tough. So undead are the worst for this. But anything that's susceptible to poison and bleeding, I mean, they go down really easy. Alright, so that's it for now. I'll be back with another update in Act 4 Epic. See you next time.